Today I would like to teach you how to add a lining with a zipper to your crochet project or knitting project such that you don't see the ugly side of a lining. So you will create your lining with the zipper, and when you open it up, you have the pretty side showing and the non-pretty side or wrong side of the fabric is hidden between the crochet project and the pretty side of the project. So let me show you how to do that. It is super easy. You can do it by hand or you can do it by a good old-fashioned sewing machine. The first thing you will need is a sewing foot that is specifically for a zipper. Now, as I said, you can do this by hand as well, but if you use a sewing machine, you will need this foot. Next, you will cut out your fabric according to what size you will need for your lining. Typically, I will cut out about the same size as my crochet or knitting project, because when I sew the edges with my sewing machine, it makes it a bit smaller and it's exactly the right size for my little pouch. You will then add a zipper here and attach it with a couple pins, such in the way that the wrong side of the zipper is touching the right side of the fabric, because when we open it up, we want to see the right side of the fabric. So put your zipper in such a way that you have the wrong side of the zipper facing the right side of the fabric. So let's get started. You want to make sure you also put your needle down just in case you need to rearrange something such as the zipper, that you don't lose your spot. So the first thing we'll need to do is we need to move our zipper down a bit, because that will be in the way when we are sewing our zipper to our fabric. Start roughly where your zipper opening starts and don't go further, because we're going to sew around that. And then simply use a straight line when you are sewing. Make sure you secure your ends and then sew all the way down. Once you get to the zipper, you will leave your needle down, lift up your foot, and move the zipper back around. You might have to jiggle it a little bit. And then put your foot back down so you can finish up sewing. Make sure you secure your end right around the point where the zipper ends. And then release your project and cut your end. You can now release your needles here. We now need to fold this over just like that. And we will now add our zipper right on top of our other side of the fabric. So again, the wrong side of the zipper will face the right side of the fabric. Just lay it down so it is exactly how you want it on the edges here. And again, use your pins to pin everything down. You will now sew the other side of the zipper to your fabric that again is facing the right side to the wrong side of the zipper. You will start around the same area right here where the end of the zipper is. Make sure you always secure your ends. Once we get close to the zipper, we're going to have to move it again. So lift up your foot, move your zipper, and put your foot back down, and you will now finish up sewing until the point where the opening of the zipper is. Secure your ends and release. You will now remove your pins. And you can now see that when we open the zipper, of the lining, you would see the pretty side on the wrong side of the zipper. Keep the zipper about midway and fold your fabric such that the ends over here line up. Again, use your pins to pin everything down. You will now change out your foot and use a normal presser foot. By the way, I'm using black thread so that you can see where I'm sewing. Technically, you want to make sure you're using thread that is similar in color than your fabric, so it kind of blends in. Once you have everything pinned down exactly how you want it, you will now sew in a U shape all the way around. You want to make sure that you do not sew over the ends here, because when you are sewing your crochet project to your fabric, you want to make sure you can go around here. So don't sew over the zipper. Stop right here where your end points are from your sewing line that we previously made. Also, make sure you're not going directly over. You have here a metal part, so stop shortly before, because otherwise your needle will break. I'm going to keep my needle down to make sure that I can turn at the end of the corners here. I will sew about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch all the way around. So let's do that. Again, make sure you secure your ends. Stop about 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch from the edge here, so you can turn. Lift up your foot and turn. And then keep on sewing. Again, turn. Secure your ends, and you now finished the lining with the zipper so that you can now sew it on by hand to your crochet project. So when you are now sewing this on, you will need to use your hands to sew it on. Why would you not use a machine? Because a machine would have to go over your crochet project right here, and you would see the line at the end, the sewing line. You don't want to do that. So the best thing to do is just sew it on by hand, such in a way that you don't see how you sewn it on at the end. So let me show you how to do exactly that. You now learned how to create your own lining, simply adding your zipper onto it very easily, whether you do this by hand or with a sewing machine, having the pretty side of the fabric on the inside. Then you learned how to sew by hand your crochet project onto your lining that has the zipper already attached. When finished, you will have your crochet project on the outside and your lining on the inside. Simply added a zipper to it to make it look pretty. I hope this video tutorial was helpful on how to make your own lining, add the zipper to it, and then sew it onto your crochet or knitting project. Please like and comment and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications for any future videos. Click on the bell to get notifications sent via email every time I go live or publish a new video. Until then, bye!